What if I told you that every single successful person you admire started by lying to themselves? Not malicious lies, but strategic deception that actually rewired their brains. Scientists have discovered something incredible. When you pretend to be confident, your brain starts producing the same neural patterns as someone who is naturally confident. When you act successful, your mind begins building the exact same pathways that successful people have. This isn't positive thinking nonsense. This is hard science meeting ancient wisdom. Neuroscientists can now see your brain physically changing when you fake behaviors, and spiritual teachers have been saying this for thousands of years. The mystics called it manifestation. Science calls it neuroplasticity. They're both describing the same phenomenon. Your brain cannot tell the difference between genuine experience and convincing pretense. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to use this biological loophole to become whoever you want to be. Part 1. The 90-second identity shift. Here's something that will blow your mind about how fast your brain can change. Most people think rewiring your brain takes months or years of practice. They're completely wrong. There's a specific time window that neuroscientists have discovered where your brain starts creating new pathways almost instantly. It's not hours or even minutes. The magic number is much smaller than you think. Your brain begins forming new neural connections in just 90 seconds of sustained behavior. This is technique number 1 out of 10, and it's called the 90-second identity shift. Here's how it works. Practice being your future self for exactly 90 seconds multiple times throughout your day. Walk like them. Breathe like them. Think like them. Your brain doesn't know you're pretending. It starts encoding this as normal behavior. The person you want to become isn't years away. They're 90 seconds away. Do this 5 times today and watch your brain start believing you're already that person. Part 2. The reverse mirror technique. You've been using mirrors wrong your entire life. Everyone tells you to smile at yourself in the mirror to boost confidence. That's amateur hour compared to what I'm about to show you. There's a mirror technique that tricks your brain into thinking you're getting social approval from the person you trust most. Your brain has a fascinating quirk about social proof. It believes what it sees, even when it's seeing itself. This brings us to technique number 2 out of 10, the reverse mirror technique. Stop fake smiling at your reflection. Instead, have full conversations with your mirror self, as if you're already the person you want to become. Talk about your goals like you've achieved them. Discuss your confidence like you've always had it. Your brain processes this as social proof from someone who looks exactly like you. The person in the mirror is agreeing with everything you say about yourself. Your subconscious mind accepts this as validation from your most trusted source. Start having these conversations tonight and watch how differently you feel about yourself tomorrow. Part 3. The emotional bookmark method. Your brain has a filing system for emotions that most people never learn to access. Every confident moment you've ever experienced is stored in your neural network, like a bookmark. The problem is you don't know how to find these bookmarks when you need them most. But there's a way to instantly access any emotional state you've ever felt before. This is technique number 3 out of 10, and it's called the emotional bookmark method. Before any challenging situation, spend 30 seconds recalling a time you felt genuinely confident about anything. It doesn't matter what it was. Your brain bookmarks that confident feeling and applies it to your current situation. You're creating false but completely effective confidence. Your nervous system can't tell the difference between remembered confidence and real-time confidence. It just responds to the neurochemical signals you're sending. This technique works because your brain treats emotional memories like real experiences happening right now. Master this bookmark system, and you'll never face a challenge without confidence again. Part 4. The borrowed personality protocol. Every successful person you admire has a specific way they move, speak, and carry themselves. What if you could download their personality directly into your brain? Your brain has mirror neurons that automatically copy behaviors you observe in others. Most people waste this incredible ability by copying random people unconsciously. But when you do it strategically, you can literally borrow the personality traits of anyone you choose. This is technique number 4 out of 10, the borrowed personality protocol. Pick someone who embodies exactly what you want to become. Study their micro-expressions, speech patterns, and body language in specific situations. Then copy them deliberately in similar situations. Your brain doesn't distinguish between learned behaviors and natural behaviors. It just adopts whatever you practice consistently. The confidence you see in successful people isn't something they were born with. It's a collection of learned behaviors that you can copy and make your own. Start borrowing the personality traits you admire and watch your brain make them permanent parts of who you are. Part 5. The Future Memory Implant. Your brain stores memories of things that haven't happened yet. This sounds impossible, but neuroscientists have proven that vivid visualization creates the same neural pathways as real experiences. Your brain literally can't tell the difference between a detailed imagined memory and an actual memory. This is how you hack your way into unshakable confidence before facing any challenge. This brings us to technique number 5 out of 10, the Future Memory Implant. Before any important event, visualize completing it successfully in vivid detail. Include how you'll feel afterward, what people will say, and how proud you'll be. Your brain stores these visualizations as partial memories. When the real situation happens, it feels familiar and achievable because your brain thinks you've done it before. You're not just imagining success. You're preloading your brain with the neural pathways of someone who has already succeeded. The more detailed your visualization, the more real it becomes to your subconscious mind. Start implanting these future memories today and watch how naturally confident you become in situations you've never actually experienced. Part 6. The Competence Cascade Effect. Your brain rewards you with feel-good chemicals every time you succeed at something. Most people try to create massive changes all at once and miss out on these neurochemical rewards. But there's a way to hack your brain's reward system to build unstoppable momentum toward any goal you want. Small wins create bigger wins, which create even bigger wins. It's like a cascade effect in your brain. This is technique number 6 out of 10, the Competence Cascade Effect. Start with tiny acts of the behavior you want to develop. Each small success creates a neurochemical reward that makes the next attempt easier. Your brain builds momentum from these micro-victories. If you want to be more confident, start by making eye contact with one person today. If you want to be more successful, complete one small task perfectly. These tiny wins train your brain to expect success in bigger situations. The person you want to become isn't built through massive changes. They're built through tiny, consistent actions that create an avalanche of positive momentum in your brain. Part 7. The Identity Anchoring Technique. Professional athletes use specific rituals to get into peak performance states. They're not superstitious. They're using a psychological principle called anchoring that you can use to instantly access any mindset you want. Your brain creates powerful associations between physical objects and emotional states. When you deliberately create these associations, you can trigger confidence, focus, or motivation on command. This is technique number 7 out of 10, the Identity Anchoring Technique. Choose one physical object like a ring, bracelet, or watch. Only wear this object when you're practicing your desired behavior or feeling your most confident. Your brain creates a strong association between the object and that empowered mindset. After a few weeks, simply putting on this object instantly triggers that confident state. You're literally creating a confidence switch that you can flip whenever you need it. The object becomes a physical reminder to your brain of who you're becoming. Choose your anchor object today and start building this powerful association between the physical item and your ideal self. Part 8. The subconscious rehearsal loop. Your brain does its most important work while you sleep. During sleep, your subconscious mind processes and organizes everything you experienced during the day. Most people waste this incredible processing power, but there's a way to program your subconscious mind to work on becoming your ideal self while you sleep. The last thoughts before sleep have a disproportionate impact on your subconscious programming. This brings us to technique number 8 out of 10, the subconscious rehearsal loop. Right before you fall asleep, mentally rehearse tomorrow's challenges while embodying your ideal self. See yourself handling difficult conversations with confidence. Imagine yourself taking bold actions without hesitation. Your subconscious processes these rehearsals during sleep and makes the behaviors feel more natural when you wake up. You're literally programming your brain overnight to become the person you want to be. The confidence you rehearse in your mind becomes the confidence you wake up with. Start using your sleep time to become your best self and watch how differently you show up in the world. Part 9. The peer pressure. Hack. Social pressure is one of the most powerful forces in human psychology. Most people see peer pressure as negative, but there's a way to use it as a tool for positive change. Your brain has built-in consistency mechanisms that make you act in alignment with how others see you. When you publicly commit to becoming someone, your brain works over time to make sure your actions match your words. This is technique number 9 out of 10, the peer pressure hack. Tell specific people that you're working on developing certain traits, then act accordingly when you're around them. Social accountability triggers your brain's consistency mechanisms and forces you to maintain the behavior even when you don't feel like it. You're not just changing yourself. You're changing how others perceive you, which changes how you perceive yourself. The key is being specific about what you're working on and choosing people who will hold you accountable. Your brain will work harder to maintain behaviors that others expect from you. Use social pressure as a tool for transformation, and watch how quickly you become the person you told everyone you were becoming. Part 10. The neuroplasticity reset. Your brain is incredibly adaptable, but it also loves routine. After about 3 weeks of doing the same thing, your brain starts running on autopilot. This is great for building habits, but terrible for continued growth. There's a way to keep your brain in active learning mode so you continue developing instead of plateauing. Neuroplasticity requires novelty to stay active. This brings us to technique number 10 out of 10, the neuroplasticity reset. Every 21 days, slightly modify your approach to prevent your brain from plateauing. Small changes keep your neural pathways flexible and prevent your behaviors from becoming unconscious autopilot. If you've been practicing confidence in one way, try a different approach. If you've been using the same visualization, change the details. These small modifications keep your brain actively engaged in the change process instead of just going through the motions. The goal isn't to start over every 3 weeks. It's to keep your brain actively participating in your transformation. Master this reset principle, and you'll continue growing long after others have stopped improving. Your brain is the most sophisticated learning machine ever created, and now you know exactly how to program it. These 10 techniques aren't just tips. They're scientifically proven methods for rewiring your neural pathways to match the person you want to become. The mystics were right about one thing. You can become whoever you choose to be. Science just showed us exactly how to do it. Your transformation doesn't start tomorrow or next week. It starts the moment you decide to use these techniques. Pick one method that resonates with you and start today. Your future self is waiting.